Hi, this is John Sorensen with Share Life Today, and with me in the studio today is Scot Love, and Scott is the director of our outreach ministry called Glasses for Missions. It's a brilliant ministry that we use all over the world. And Scott, before I ask you more generally about the ministry, let me ask you first. We were just in Zambia for a clinic, and there was an absolutely incredible story, really a God story. Mm-hmm. Only God could arrange that. Right. Why don't you share that story with us?
Well, we were in Zambia. It was our second day of on-the-job training. I had my team with me, and we were out in front of this shopping area, and we met a man named Abraham. Abraham was sitting on a wall, and he had his head down and very, very quiet. And we came up to him, and we began to talk with him, introduce ourselves, and also, of course, share the gospel. But
here's a picture on the screen, by the way.
Yes.
This is Abraham on the right there. This is one of your teammates that's on the left.
Yes, absolutely, yep.
And there's Scott. You can see him sharing with Abraham.
Abraham, what was really significant about it, and this is the thing we're talking about that only God could have set up, and that is, so we, as soon as we're done with him, we're having to leave because we have to do the report back, and so I'm telling my team we got to get back because John's waiting on us, and they said, okay, so we give him the Gospel of John. He pulls it out and he opens it, and I was already ahead with the other team members, and one of the team members was behind, and he turned, he said, hey, do you guys have a pair of glasses? And he began to laugh because he knew it was like the woman at the well, where he didn't know who he was asking that to, that the director of the Worldwide Glasses Ministry was right there with him. And so I turned and I said, you know what I do? I have one pair of glasses. I said, maybe they'll work, we'll see. So I pulled them out, I put them on, and immediately when he put them on, he opened up the Gospel of John, and his head kind of jerked back a little bit because he could see, and he jumped up off of the wall and he began to dance around. It was amazing that the glasses worked for him, and it was such a God moment. And all my team, we laughed, and of course we talked about it for days afterward, just about what a neat experience that was to see God just connect us like that.
First of all, you went into Zambia ahead of time, mm-hmm. and you trained a group of people how to make these glasses, and you made a whole bunch of glasses so that to prepare for this day that you see this picture. Yep. Now, this is the chairman of the board for EE Zambia.
That's right. Yep. Lutangu Lubasi.
Yeah, Lubasi. Yeah. Dr. Lubasi.
Yes, that's exactly right.
But I hope when you see this picture, you see somebody that's very intent on the work that he's been given to do. He loves the ministry of EE, and he's really fallen in love with Glasses for Missions. You can see him working on a pair of glasses, but look behind you. And what you're going to see is you see all of these people that are back here. These are all folks that have come into this space. They've been tested for what factor they need for their glasses, and while their glasses are being prepared, or while you're shaping up the glasses you're going to give them, what do? Is those folks are hearing the gospel.
That's right.
And you start out with this. This is an eye test kit. And people who are looking at this picture, you'd see what it is that they're answering. The questions that they're reading as they're looking through the myriad of sizes that are available to them are, have you reached that point in your spiritual life where you know for certain that you'll be, now I'll have to zoom that in, with God in heaven. And it's really brilliant how you've done that. So, and you have these in multiple languages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And so then they're answering that question as they're getting their eyes tested. Mm-hmm. And so it's a very natural thing for you then to take and you literally, Scott, you're doing these all over the world, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. This year we've been in Laos, in Singapore, in Malaysia. We did a training clinic. We've been in Puerto Rico, and then of course we just came back from Africa. So I was in Zambia, and then also South Africa. Just all over the world, all of the time. And God's just continuing to use this ministry for just amazing things, just opening the door.
So how could they contact you, Scott, if this intrigues them, they'd like to get involved with Glasses for Missions? First of all, you guys have a website.
We do, yep.
And secondly, your email. How can they contact you?
You can contact me at slove@eeworks.org, slove@eeworks.org.
Thank you for what you're doing, Scott, and keep it up. And we're encouraged by what God's doing through the ministry. This one day, I think there were 49 people who came to Christ.
Yep, 49 people.
And these are folks that, in fact, the pastor's mom came to know the Lord.
That's right.
And it wasn't that he hadn't tried to share with her, but for whatever reason, she hadn't been open. She hadn't been willing to listen to him. You know, he was burdened by the fact that his mother had never responded to the gospel. She wanted a pair of glasses. And so she came to get a free pair of glasses, and guess what? She got the gospel. And for the first time, it made sense to her. And she gave her heart to Christ, and he was over the moon.
Absolutely.
He was like,
excited.
yeah, it's great we could do the rest, but the
Yes.
fact that we could lead Pastor Aaron's mom to Christ, and she
worth
was
it.
not young, so I mean, pretty ripe age,
right,
and
right.
kind of prepping for her finals, if you will.
Exactly.
And yet now
Yeah.
she's in the kingdom of God. And so thanks for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, and I would really encourage you guys to get involved.
Yeah.